Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are while you're watching this. Yesterday, Mercury went direct, and so it kind of ended some of our miscommunications and technology difficulties and not being able to communicate well with other people or get out what we needed to say. So I wanted to do some readings now as we're going out of Mercury retrograde. We just entered Jupiter retrograde, which is about speaking our truth. So we worked out some of those bugs in Mercury retrograde. We're going into Jupiter retrograde. It's all about authenticity. It's about integrity, speaking your truth, and also being in alignment with what your life should be, with the people that should be in your life, the things that should be in your life, the projects that should be in your life, the events that should be in your life, and anything that doesn't push you towards that. Speaking your truth and either getting them out of your life or allowing them to flow out of your life as they don't align with your truth anymore. It's about speaking up for yourself and really being in integrity with yourself and not allowing yourself the same old bullshit, not allowing yourself to live a lie anymore, not allowing yourself to just people please and agree and push yourself down and make yourself small. I had a talk with a client that I coached the other day, and we talked about peacekeeping and about how a lot of people talk about blessed are the peacekeepers. And we have this really weird idea in our human about what peacekeeping is, because we view peacekeeping as somebody who doesn't want to rock the boat, doesn't want to fight, doesn't want to pick sides. They're just the person holding everything together. They're the glue that holds everything together. They're the peacekeepers. And that's not what peacekeeping is. That's not what blessed are the peacekeepers even means. The peacekeeping is about keeping the peace within yourself, being in alignment and integrity with yourself, being in situations and in relationships and in missions and purposes and projects that keep you at peace. Our life is about being in alignment with what our soul wants and what our soul asks of us. And so we like to make everything about everybody else and about circumstances and situations that are outside of ourselves. And we need to start looking as everything is about us, not in a selfish way, but we talk so much about transmuting. As empaths, we say, oh, we should send that love, or we should, when you're transmuting, that doesn't mean that you're sending it love outside yourself. It means that you recognize what it triggers within you, and you dig deep and do that work, and you convert that within yourself to something else. While you're healing, you're helping to heal the collective. While you're bringing yourself into alignment, you're raising the vibration of the collective. All the work needs to be done internally, not externally. All right, so ask Spirit to give us some messages as we go into Jupiter retrograde, and as we're coming up on this full moon here on the 24th, tomorrow. So let's talk about what needs to be brought into alignment. Where does the collective energy, around noticing our truth and speaking our truth and bringing it into alignment? I want Spirit to give us any pertinent messages for anybody that is watching. These messages are timeless, by the way. So anytime that you find this, it's, the right time. And also, these are collective readings, so everything will not be pertinent to your particular situation. If you want a private reading, I do have the link below in the description, and you can schedule a private reading with me. But take what resonates and leave what doesn't. This is a collective reading, so everything is not going to tap on you, okay? But there may be just one thing that taps on you. There might be just one sentence that taps on you. It might not even be one card. It might just be something that is said in this that is for you, because your soul draws you to what it draws you to for a reason. So the first card is time to let go. I love this because it's 45, and 4 and 5 together are 9. That's the ending of a cycle. 9s are ends. They're your completions. So time to go. We have kind of sat in it for a little while. We have waited on what we wanted, as far as what we felt like our mission was. We thought we were in the completion stages with whatever it was that we wanted. And now it's time to move on to something else. So letting go and moving where your spirit leads you does not mean leaving everything behind. If you are on a twin journey, or if you are on a particular journey that you feel like is not moving forward, it's time for you to move forward. What happens is that you can't be a leader if you don't go somewhere. You can't lead somebody somewhere if you're not going anywhere. So it's time for you to move that energy. It's time for you to move you forward and let the universe move this situation forward the way that it sees fit, because it is unfinished. Whatever you feel like has not come to fruition, it still is coming to fruition, but you need to move forward, and the universe will move this other thing forward. So you've got to, it's not finished. Don't stress out and think that it is. It's not finished. You need to move forward where your soul is leading, and take care of you, heal you, do the work within you, and it will come along. You've just, the universe deals in faith and trust. Okay? The universe does not need us to accomplish what's meant to be. Okay, the universe is going to make it happen regardless of whatever you're doing. But you have to do the work necessary to be in the right spot to accept it. So you've got to move forward. We've got to get out of our head. See, here's the thing. We've been stuck in this thinker mode where we've been obsessing and thinking and trying to figure out scenarios and outcomes and all this other stuff. And that is not where we need to be. We need to get out of thinker mode, get out of overthinking, and get into your body and get into some doing, because it's time for action. It's time to move forward. It's time to integrate the things that we've learned. So often we learn some things and then we know them, but then when it shows up in our lives, we haven't learned to integrate it. So the universe right now is testing us and asking us to move forward and show ourselves and everyone around us that we are who we say we are, that we've learned to integrate. It's not just lip service. We actually know how to do this. Okay. That was the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed, if you were interested, because I know that sometimes I watch readers and they don't say what deck they're using, and then I look for it later because I'm like, that deck was sweet and I can't find it. So that was the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. This one right here is my brand new Ember and Aura tarot deck, and it's quickly becoming one of my favorites. It's a beautiful deck. So, but let's find out how we're standing in our truth. What is it that we need to know moving forward? Like, what is it that is, what are we headed to? We are in an unfinished symphony, but what's coming? We've talked so much about not feeling like what we thought was going to happen, it hasn't happened yet. And we're not completed yet. We're not at the end yet. We're not to that part yet. And I think that some of us are waiting. I think that we're waiting and feeling like once this shows up, then we can move on. And we've got the pieces backwards. We've got the sequence backwards. We're putting the cart before the horse, so to speak. We've got to move forward so that this can move forward. There's got to be some movement. And I feel like we felt like not only were we stagnant, but we felt like we were waiting on this to move forward. And we feel like the other person is not moving. if there's another person involved, if you're in a twin journey or a soulmate journey and you feel like, you're in a career situation where you feel like the promotion didn't come, what you thought was going to happen, the new job didn't come, it's not done yet. It's not done. So just calm down. We are currently right now on the Four of Wands, but it's reversed. So your Four of Wands is about celebration. It's about marriages. It's about fruition. It's about things being seen in reality here in the 3D, but it's reversed. So it hasn't come. It hasn't come, and we don't know what's happening. We don't know why it's not here yet. We don't know why it's being held up, because we're not moving. So we've got to move forward. There's got to be some flow. There is no flow right now. And I think that a lot of us have been stuck in this energy of, starting since December. The conjunction brought about a lot of disruption. A lot of us have been in a massive upgrade sequence, a massive ascension sequence. For those of you that are brand new on this journey, you were in a massive awakening sequence, and welcome, because it is a mind fuck, and it will start somewhere small and it just unravels like a sweater. You're going to be in upgrade situations. We keep going. How much longer do I have to awaken? Forever. If you're still here, if you're still breathing, you're still on the path. Okay. And this is your Three of Wands. Your Three of Wands is, again, why isn't this in fruition? This is supposed to be the universe bringing this about, and the universe is bringing it about. It's still in the plan. It's still happening. It's working its way through behind the scenes. All the details are being worked out, but it's not here yet. And we're like, why? Why is it not? Why? Why? And we've made ourselves stagnant with the Four of Swords. We've made ourselves stagnant. And it's our choice. We're not moving because we're like, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for this to move forward. I'm going to wait. And that's not what this is about. It's not what this is about. But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The universe is teaching us lessons right now so that we can fully accept this, fully receive this, fully step into what we're supposed to. We've done a lot of work on ourselves. There's been a lot of work that's been done over the last 6 months. A lot of work has been done. Congratulations. Many of you watching this have been on this path for a very long time. A lot of us, I'm feeling that a lot of you are in my same cycle that have been on this journey, this particular chapter of your journey, for about 3 years. And it's things that have really, really showed up and really, really, come to fruition, and we're at the very end of this chapter and we feel like, why isn't it closed? We've worked out all our karma. Why hasn't this other person, why hasn't this other situation come to fruition yet? We are very much in this 10 of Wands place. 10 of Wands, it's all your inspiration, all the things, everything is just waiting to happen, all of it. And then it just is not here yet. And we're waiting. We need to stop waiting. It's time to push forward. It's time. All of this inspiration is just waiting. Look at all these wands. We had the Four of Wands, Three of Wands, 10 of Wands. This is the Sage of Wands, which is your King of Wands. And it's reversed. So we're like, where is this motherfucker? Where is this, where is this divine masculine? Where is this? Everybody is just waiting on something so that they can move forward. Stop waiting. It's time to harness your integrity. Get rid of things that are taking up room in your life that are keeping this from showing up. If you have something, someone, if you have a situation, a circumstance, a living situation, anything that is taking up space where you can't fully receive this, old feelings, unhealed parts of you that you're refusing to look into, things that you won't let go of, such as attachments to a certain outcome or attachments to how a certain outcome comes about. Okay, expectations. We need to let go of all that. Now, when I say expectations, I mean sometimes we put our own expectations on other people, other things. We think something is going to turn out and we get mad when the expected thing, it does not happen. And a lot of times those expectations are us. They're put on people and things and jobs and experiences and just spiritual awakening. We expect a certain something to happen. It's like when you're a little kid and you go, when I'm a grown up, that switch, it's going to flip and I'm going to feel like a grown up and I'm going to feel like I enjoy paying bills and I enjoy grown up things. And you know what I mean? And then you get to an adult age and you go, at what point do I feel like an adult? At what point does that switch flip? At what point do I, move forward and feel like an adult? And we're waiting on this miraculous thing. We have these expectations of what feeling like a child feels like and then feeling like an adult feels like. We have these expectations of what being in love feels like. We have these expectations of what fulfillment feels like. We have these expectations, and sometimes our expectations are not accurate. And then sometimes we settle because we convince ourselves that what we really wanted wasn't what we wanted. So it's time to bring all those things into alignment. A lot of us are settling, and a lot of us need to stop. If you are still looking for something, if you are in a job and you're telling people or telling yourself, this is my dream job, but you're still searching for something else, you're still looking, you're still thinking about other options, you're still thinking about how you can't wait to retire and get out of this job, that's not your dream job. That's not your purpose. Just because you've told other people and you've tried to convince yourself this is your dream doesn't mean it is. Just because you've told other people your relationship is good and that you love this person, if you're still looking or you still feel like there's something that this person should change or that the relationship will become what you want, once you buy a house, once you had a baby, once you get married, once they get past this part, once they stop being an addict, once that's not love. That is you having a desire in your heart to have something, and you're trying to fit this person into that. It might be the right person and the wrong time. It also might be the wrong person completely. Just because you convince other people that you're happy and you try to convince yourself this is what happiness is, your soul always knows. And if you're constantly looking at something else or for something else, then that's not happiness. Once you're in the right relationship, once you're in the right purpose, once you're in the right career, once you're in the right place, you won't look at other things because you already know those other things will not be as great as this thing. You won't even consider it. You go to a restaurant, you order the same thing every time because you love it. You go, I don't want to order something else because I love this and I hardly ever get to come here. I don't even want to consider looking at anything else because this is what I love. And it's the same thing. I'm not saying don't try new things. What I'm saying is that once you're in your purpose, once you're living the life that you really dream of, you're not going to give that up for anything, because why would you? Why would I consider not doing this? This is what I love. Why would I consider not working with clients anymore? That's what I love. Why would I consider not doing readings anymore? This is what I love. So the wands is about finding your inspiration, tapping into your fire, tapping into your desire, and really just working in alignment with that. If there is something in your life that doesn't push you towards your desire, why is it still here? Get rid of it. If there are people that don't push you towards your desire, why are they still here? Get rid of them. If there are things in your life, even on social media, if there are pages, if there are groups that don't feed your soul, aren't pushing you towards the way you want to go, get rid of them. They're just noise. They're just garbage. They're just a distraction. So this is about being fully in alignment with who you want to be and speaking your truth and standing in it so firmly that it doesn't matter who has opposition to it. It doesn't matter who doesn't like it. It doesn't matter what they say. You know, it doesn't matter who talks shit about you because you don't give a shit. You're moving towards what feeds your soul. And that's what we're moving into the next 6 months is what feeds your soul and embodying that and becoming that. Some of you are becoming a person you don't recognize, but you're excited about it because the person you did recognize was not the person you wanted to be. So for the next 6 months, let's move into that person that we've always wanted to be, doing the things that we've always wanted to do, being and embodying that inspiration for other people to step out and raise that collective vibration so that everybody starts to embody their authentic self. Everybody starts to line up with their own integrity, and everybody just aligns perfectly with what their soul is calling them to do. That's what we're called to do, is to create change. But we have to create the change within ourselves. People have to see the change within our lives and within us in order to be inspired to do it for ourselves. We can't change other people. They have to change themselves, but it's our job to change us so that it inspires other people to change. And I want to see a lot of that. I want to see a lot of that out in the world. I want to see a lot of that out in my groups. I want to see a lot of that in my clients. I want to see a lot of that in my community. And so I want to challenge you to start looking at your own life and taking inventory of what feeds your soul and what doesn't, and start moving it out. Don't second guess it. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about other people's reactions. Just do it. And you can start small if you want to, like, what eating habits do I have that are not serving my highest good? What dating apps do I have that are not serving my highest good? What people in my life do I have? What coworkers do I talk to? What people do I even entertain on Messenger, on social media that are over text that are not for my highest good? Start weeding out, because we're weeding our garden so that we have fertile ground for the most amazing things for us to grow for us. All right. So in case I didn't say it, I'm Jenna Ross with Spiritually Savage. You can hit my calendar below for private readings. I also do one-to-one coaching and group coaching. So if those are things you're interested to, hit me up and we can definitely see what we can do for you. Have an amazing day and participate in your own life. Run out and make all of your question marks exclamation points. We don't want to leave this life with any questions. Go out and stop being so afraid to live your damn life. Live it every single day. All right. Till next time.